which is okay because fairies are amoral anyway. Lady Margaret's a sewing of the seam, and she's all dressed in black. And a thought comes to her mind, she'd run into the woods, get flowers to flower her hat, get flowers to flower her hat. So she's hoisted up her petticoats a bit above the knees. So nimbly she's run o'er the plain, and when she's come to the merry green wood, she's pulled the branches down, she's pulled them branches down. And suddenly she spied a fine young man stood underneath the trees. How dare you pull them branches down without the leave of me, lady, without the leave of me? Says she, this little wood, it is my very own. My father gave it me, and I can pull the branches down without the leave of thee, young man, without the leave of thee. And he's taken her by the lily white hand and by the Leyland sleeve, and he's laying her down at the foot of a bush, and he's never once asked to leave her, oh, he's never once asked to leave. And when they had done, she turned herself around, to ask her true love's name. But she nothing heard and nothing saw, and all the woods grew dim, and all the woods grew dim. And there's 24 ladies all in the hall, all red as any rose, excepting for young Margaret, and green as glass she grows, oh, green as glass she grows. And up and spoke the first servant maid. She lifted her head and smiled, oh, I think our ladies look too long, and now she goes with child, now she goes with child. And up and spoke the second servant maid, oh, whether and alas, says she, I think I know a herb in the merry green woods will twine the babe from thee, lady, will twine the babe from thee. And Margaret's taken up a silver comb, made haste to comb her hair, and she's away to the merry green woods as fast as she can tear, as fast as she can tear. And she hadn't pulled that herb in the merry green woods, that herb but barely one, when by her stood young Tamlin, saying, Margaret, leave it alone, Margaret, leave it alone. Oh, how can you pull that bitter little herb, that herb that grows so grey, for to take away thy sweet babe's life that we got in our play, that we got in our play. Oh, tell me the truth, young Tamlin, she says, if an earthly man you be, I will tell you no lies, Lady Margaret, he says, I was christened the same as thee, I was christened the same as thee. But on a cold and bitter morn, as from the horse I fell, for the Queen of the Clan, she took me in yonder green woods to dwell, in yonder green woods to dwell. But tonight it is the Halloween, and the elfin court will ride. And if you would your own true love win, by the old mill bridge you must bide, by the old mill bridge you must bide. And first will come the black horse, and then will come the brown, and then at last the white. You must hold me fast and fear me not, and I will not you affright, and I will not you affright. And then I will change me all in your arms into many a beast so wild. You must hold me fast and fear me not, I'm the father of your child, I'm your father of your child. And Margaret's taken up her silver comb, made haste to comb her hair, and she's away to the old mill bridge as fast as she can tear, as fast as she can tear. And in the dead hour of the night she heard the harness ring, oh, and that sound it chilled her blood more than any mortal thing, more than any mortal thing. And first come by the black horse, and then come by the brown, and then at last the white, but she held it fast and feared it not. And it did not her a fright, and it did not her a fright. And the thunder rolled across the sky, and the stars they shone like day, and the Queen of the Flan gave a thrilling cry, "Oh, young Tamlin's away, away, oh, young Tamlin's away." And then they had changed them all in her arms to a lion that roared so wild. But she held him fast and feared him not. He was the father of her child. She knew he was the father of her child. And then they had changed them all in her arms into a loathsome snake. But she held him fast and feared him not. He was one of God's own make, he was one of God's own make. And then they had changed him all in her arms to a red-hot bar of iron. But she held it fast and feared it not, and it did to her no harm, no harm. It did to her no harm. And then they had changed him all in her arms into a naked man, and she flung her mantle over him, crying out, "My love, I've won, I've won," crying out, "My love, I've won." And up and spoke the Queen of Elfinland in the bush wherein she stood, "Oh, I should have plucked out thine eyes, Tamlin, put into eyes of wood, put into eyes of wood."